Hello, mis amigos.
Amigos?
Yeah, I know. Recently someone commented that they missed the amigos, and I'm like, Amores is way more intimate and closer than amigos, but I guess if you want to go back to amigos. I'm sad, but if you're not sad, then I guess we're amigos from now on. Either way, amigos, girls. Either way, friends or lovers, I hope you're doing great. I know that I will be doing great at the end of the video because I will have clear skin. That is the goal of this video. I mean, I've mentioned in recent videos that I've just been eating a lot of sugary foods, or way more than I used to, and unfortunately and obviously it has taken a toll on my skin, and it just isn't at a place where I want it to be, or where it used to be. You can't really see in this light, and also I'm wearing concealer, but my forehead is very zitty. Especially like between the eyebrows and also in the eyebrows, and those hurt very much. I didn't think that was possible. We're here to change that. So in this video, I want to test recipes, especially from one website that says, want clear skin? Try these 10 recipes. I want clear skin, so I'm gonna try these 10 recipes, except we're not gonna try those 10 recipes, just a couple of them. And hopefully that'll inspire me to keep eating like that, and you. Anyway, it turns out, and I didn't even mean for that to happen, it just kind of sort of happened naturally. You know, I've kind of chosen breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner, but we're just gonna be making the recipes. It just so happens to be kind of lunchtime, so we're gonna start with a lunch. And that'll be a vegan chickpea omelette. I was excited for this, also because I have discovered that I really like omelette recently. Actually, like mainly tortilla, and I think this could be my new hyperfixation. Obviously, that recipe uses egg though, and so I'm excited to try a chickpea version of it, a vegan one. Mine will be kind of vegan. The omelette will be vegan. Let's start by making the batter first and continue from there. Technically, this doesn't have to be lunch. It could also be breakfast or dinner. Who even cares? I mean, you do need quite a lot of things. It says it takes you 10 minutes to make, but I feel like no. So, most importantly, of course, you are going to need a half cup of chickpea flour, which I bought for the first time. I would assume it's just dried chickpea that's been ground. Other than that, you will need 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, some garlic powder, some onion powder, which I thought I bought, but well, turns out there was also Zitronenschale. Now I've got Zitronenschale instead of Zwiebel. Half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of baking powder, a bit of salt, and then you also need 2/3 a cup of water, but we're gonna start with the rest and see how much water we actually end up needing. You basically just mix all of the dry ingredients together, and then you just gradually add the water until you have a smooth batter. I mean, once everything has been weighed and measured for you, it's easy to make, yes. I did not need that much water. Set that aside to thicken, and in the meantime we can make the aioli that I sort of touched upon, because that will be our non-vegan part. So this will just be the sauce. You're gonna need, and this is all in here already, half a tablespoon of lemon juice, half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 clove of garlic, and a bit of salt. And then of course, half a cup of vegan mayonnaise, or non-vegan one in my case. Mix it all together. Adjust the seasoning to taste. Ooh, that's good. Oh, by the way, sorry guys, I'm wearing gym clothes, but mainly because I really like the color and I don't have anything else in that color. Damn, we have to saute the veggies in a non-stick skillet over medium heat. For that, we've got half a cup of mushrooms and red peppers. And technically red onion, but I'm using white onion. Also, technically in avocado oil, I'm using olive oil. Me changing every step of this recipe. I know that's what it sounds like, but I feel like I'm only tweaking it here and there. Don't comfort me until it starts to soften. And then we add a bit of fresh basil and about half a cup of baby spinach. spinach, and season with salt and pepper. Set those aside, and then in the same skillet, pan, whatever it's called, maybe add a little bit more oil. Add the batter. Spread it out. Oh, mine has gotten very thick after all. Okay, now we wait about 4 minutes, or until the edges start to lift and the bottom is golden. Carefully flip over and cook for another 2 to 3 minutes. It's the first one, you know. While I wait another 2 to 3 minutes, I'm gonna slice half an avocado. Next, plate whatever this is. Technically, it's supposed to be super round. Mine looks like the map of some sort of country. Actually, it's giving Spain a little bit from my perspective. I'm gonna take a bit of kalanamak, wrinkle it on top, and no one will ever know that this is not egg. Aioli, a thin layer it says, but ew, what is thin if we speak mayonnaise? And then of course the veggies just on one side technically, because then you're supposed to fold it in half, but I have a lot of filling and not a lot of batter. Avocado is just for clear skin, you guys. Fold it in half and you've got an omelette. This is giving like taco. Ooh, wait, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, obviously a little. Cheers. I drink to that. Actually, I did want to drink a coffee to that, but I don't have one yet. I'm gonna eat to that. Take a spoonful on a forkful. This is my skin clearing up. I can feel it. Can you see it? This tastes really good. Of course, I'm not getting like an omelette at all. Maybe more so pancake. Again, maybe I should have added the kalanamak before, but I mean, technically the recipe didn't even say it. To be fair though, guys, I think the main part that makes this dish so good is the aioli. Overall, I can only recommend. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like keep on making this, just because I do feel like it's a bit of effort. But I'm pretty sure I will keep making it until I have no more chickpea flour left. This is very flavorful, which I love. I love when food has flavor. I could really eat this up right now. Fantastic. But let's make breakfast technically. The next recipe is kind of the reason why we're making this recipe, because I found it looking for skin recipes last week because again, last week I got desperate. I was looking for some sort of juice recipe or so for clearer skin. I then made one. It was like okay, but obviously not super tasty. I'm sure it had a great effect on my body. I just now a week later can't really see it on my skin. I also found another one. This one is actually a smoothie, so that's why I'm saying this could be a breakfast. It's called Super Skin Smoothie with Collagen. I'm gonna use vegan collagen. I actually didn't know that collagen was made from, I think, beef, no? But I did find vegan one. It's neutral in taste, so it should kind of be similar. This thick, creamy and silky smoothie is loaded with skin-boosting ingredients and uses probiotic-rich kefir as its creamy base. Collagen is a protein that provides skin support and structure, is found in animal proteins like beef and seafood, and can be purchased as a supplement. The mango adds sweet and vitamin C, a potent antioxidant that produces collagen, while turmeric has anti-inflammatory properties, which all sounds great in theory. Sounds great for your skin, which is what we're after, so I really needed to make this. So yeah, let's make it. Actually, we will be using, again, kefir, like I said. Kefir. Naomi actually started making kefir herself. It tastes super great, but it doesn't produce enough for me to use for this recipe, unfortunately, so I'm gonna have to use store-bought one. You know what? It's not too bad. Actually, it is. It's very tame, not really strong in flavor. Tells me that maybe there's not enough of that fungus, kefir fungus, whatever it's called, in there. Of course-y, we're gonna need a blender. Starting with 2 cups of kefir. Oh, which is this entire thing, I guess. Half an avocado. I guess avocado is very good for your skin. 1 teaspoon of ground turmeric. Are you tall enough? I mean, it does provide great color. It says 2 scoops of unsweetened collagen powder. How do I know? The packaging, it says one soup spoon, 1 tablespoon, so I'm going with that. 1 cup of sweet mango. Actually got fresh one. Let's cut her up. Can I just scoop it out with my cup measure thingy? I actually can. Yeah, I'm just gonna add all of it. Now we just blend. Well, now this just looks like it's gonna be great for your skin, right? This does look like a really great smoothie. It looks so smooth. Cheers, guys. Here's to great skin, glowy skin, and a loud as fuck laptop. Oh, that tastes like something I've never tasted before. I love that. Delicious, actually. It's sweet enough, but not too sweet, so that the avocado flavor doesn't feel out of place. But I would still describe it as a sweet smoothie, you know? It's not like super savory. It's giving a little bit cucumber, but sweeter. I will say, this is obviously a very expensive smoothie. Avocados are pretty expensive, mangoes can be expensive, and like collagen, especially vegan collagen powder. But hey, still cheaper than a treatment at your dermatologist. I really like that. A mí me gusta. Si me tratan como dama. If you're anything like me, when I'm binge watching my favorite Netflix series, you're probably snacking on a little something something. Guacamole is a hands down winner for me. But if you tend to reach for junk food, like a big bag of chips, I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but those inflammatory foods can make your acne worse. Enter turmeric roasted cashews, a perfect snack or even salad topping. Contrary to when you finish the entire bag of chips, you won't feel guilty if you eat the whole bowl of these roasted cashews because the turmeric has a number of benefits for your skin. One of the most important being anti-inflammatory properties because inflammation is at the core of acne. Yadida, you heard it all. I'm just not thinking, is too much turmeric a little bad for you? Because like every recipe will have turmeric in there, I guess. All right, preheat your oven to 175 Celsius, 350 Fahrenheit, and then let's get ready to make those roasted cashews, yeah? Should be fairly simple. We mix all the ingredients in a bowl and put them in the oven. Of course, the start of the show. 2 cups of cashews, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1.5 teaspoons of turmeric, 1/2 teaspoon of ground garlic, some black pepper to taste, 1/2 teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of salt. And then we just mix. They look pretty well and evenly coated, so they're ready for the oven already. Line a baking sheet. We want a single layer. Now we roast them for about 10 to 15 minutes or until the cashews are golden brown, which is right now. We're done already. Like, what the fuck is that? Anyway, stir halfway through cooking. They don't look spectacular. Honestly, if it's between this and chips, I don't think I'm choosing these. Eating chips every now and then is fine, guys. I want to make sure that you understand the reasoning behind this video. I'm just trying to find products and recipes that have ingredients that will boost how your skin looks, you know? It doesn't have anything to do with restricting yourself completely or entirely of any joyful food. I mean, like treats, but you know, maybe treat them as such or however much feels fine to you. I'm not here to judge that. It's not like I never eat or buy cashews, so they're just very yellow now. Oh, very kind of Swedish. Swedish. Sweetish. These taste delicious. We put quite a lot of turmeric in there, but you don't get that much turmeric actually. They taste pretty well seasoned. Pretty damn good. I will have them, enjoy them, and then have some chips after. This isn't really great for your fingers though. But for your tummy, time for dinner. So, no. Encanto really came, was everywhere, and then disappeared. The songs are still really great though. I think we should bring them back. Dinner, I'm really excited about, even though I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling very full. We will be making a stew. I love a good stew. And we will be making what is called an African peanut sweet potato stew. Delicious. It also comes with a text. Peanut-based stews are commonly found in West African cuisines. The stew is dairy-free. It has a creamy consistency from the peanut butter. Peanuts also make for a good source of protein, packing 7 grams per 1 ounce serving. Sweet potatoes add an excellent source of beta-carotene, which I hope is how you pronounce it, which can support immune function, while kale adds an excellent source of vitamin K that supports bone and heart health. Heart health! This serves 4 people or 1 hungry Vincent. Get ready, game on. You actually do not need that much. But here is what you do need. 1 tablespoon of olive oil. 1 medium yellow onion, diced. 4 cloves of garlic, minced. 1 tablespoon of freshly grated ginger. 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. 1 teaspoon of ground cumin. Then you need about 4 cups of low sodium veggie broth. 1 can of diced, what do you think this is? Tomatoes. 1 medium sweet potato, peeled and chopped. This is not peeled. I will never peel my potatoes if I'm not being forced to do so. 1/2 cup of smooth peanut butter. About 3 cups of kale. And then just some, what do you think this is? Unsalted peanuts, just for garnish. See, that's not too bad, right? Let's get started and see how the preparation goes. We'll be working with a large stock pot. We'll just be over here. So sorry for singing. It's not my fault that I can't sing. Literally, the only wish I had in life was to be able to sing, and my wish wasn't granted, and I'm sorry that you have to suffer. We start with a tablespoon of olive oil, or however much this is, over a medium heat. I think we can also already add the onion. Cook, stirring occasionally until the onions are slightly brown for about 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, mine have browned way quicker. We're ready to move on by adding the garlic, the ginger, the tomato paste, and the cumin. Then we cook for 1 more minute, and then we add the veggie stock, the diced tomatoes, the sweet potato, and the peanut butter. And we bring this to a boil. This looks very soupy, not stewy. And once it boils, we cover it and reduce the temperature and let sit until the sweet potatoes are cooked, which should take about 30 minutes. The stew has been stewed. Yeah, that's what they say. It smells pretty delicious in here. And look, it looks like a stew. It's still very liquid. I didn't think it was gonna be that liquid. Maybe it'll all get better once we've added the kale, which is what we're gonna do now. Honestly, it looks like I could have added way more. Maybe it's because of the amount of liquid I have. I don't think this is what it's supposed to look like. Then you can just top it up with some peanuts. You can chop them also. And then of course you can eat it, but it'll probably be too hot now. Cheersio. You know, just texture-wise, I'm not sure I need the peanut garnish. This is so very hearty and nice. I love this. This tastes fantastic. I do think it could be a little more peanutty. I think it's just because I had too much broth. It's a little too watery. I just can't see anyone not liking this. It feels like a warm hug, and I think that's what you want from a stew. Who knew? Who knew? Pink also wondered the same thing. That recipes for glowing great skin can taste so great. Everything was wonderful. I didn't miss cookies every other minute. It was just like maybe every other hour. That's progress, I think. In next week's video, I will be making cookies. I hope you guys will make any of the recipes. They're all great. I know the omelette is a little bit out there, or let's just call it pancake, but maybe at least make the stew. It's also very easy to make. And let me know what you think. Definitely add less broth at first. Don't add all of the broth at once. You will regret it. And I regret to say that I have to leave now. Till next week, like always guys, it's not too long. The weeks fly by. Honestly, it's October already. Isn't that crazy? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. La próxima vez nos vemos. Bye bye.